Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream. Today is Friday. I love Fridays. Friday is the best day of the week because that's when options expire and you can do some active things like buy some back, maybe sell another one, maybe sell some contracts that are expiring at the end of the day. So it's kind of like an exciting day for me. My favorite days are Fridays and Mondays. Monday is when perhaps you got some stuff assigned on Friday and you sell a covered call on Monday to take in income again. So if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name's Michelle. This is the Cressivo channel, all about trading options, not buying options, but selling options so we can create cash flow to sustain our lifestyle. That's what I do. I mean, you can keep your regular job and create some extra cash flow to supplement your income, or you can replace your income entirely. It's up to you, depending on, how much capital you have to start with and that sort of thing, and what your intentions are. Some people like to work. I'm a big believer that work is overrated. And I think that life should be all about kind of doing what you want when you want. And when you have a regular job, it kind of throws like a monkey wrench into that, right? Like, what if something comes up and you want to take the day off, or you want to go to the beach, or you want to hop a flight to Miami Beach? I don't know, like you want to go to your kid's music concert, whatever. When you have a regular job, it makes things a little bit more difficult generally because usually you have a boss and that sort of thing. So I'm a big believer that don't mind my stuff in the background here. I'm just like running prompts. I am a coding like monster lately. So I want to talk about some of the positions. I'm going to get to you guys comments and questions in the chat. This is a great opportunity for you guys to ask questions for free. And I think that's amazing. And there's a lot of stuff that I do for free, and I want to let you guys know about a really cool thing that I'm working on. Actually, it's here, right here, if you can see it in the background. For free as well. And so some of you guys have already subscribed. Maybe like a few months back, I had launched, when I started this programming journey, I launched this Learning Academy, which is kind of like if you guys have ever like used Duolingo before on a cell phone, right, as an app, like to learn a language. It's kind of like that, learning investing, because investing is kind of like a foreign language oftentimes, right? So it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't know what these terms mean. I don't know what this means. I don't know what that means. And how do I start? Where do I start? I'm a beginner. Help me start, right? So I've gotten a lot of questions and sometimes emails and comments on my YouTube channel relative to that. And so a few months ago, I launched this Academy program, and it's web-based. But really I wanted to have it like mobile based. So I'm moving that. It's closed right now for new subscribers, but I have some current subscribers on there. So nothing's changed for them yet. But I want to move that over to the App Store and Google Play. I'm an app person, so I'm doing the App Store first. So if you have an Apple, you'll get the first release to that, and it's going to be free. So this is so exciting, man! I'm so excited. I just want to help like create this movement of using options to change your life, because I know how life-changing it can be. You know how I know? Because I've lived it. I've been trading 29 years, and I've made like a good amount of money, and have been blessed to be able to do what I want when I want, and that is all from trading, right? And I've also taught people, and I've seen the results that people can get and have gotten. So I'm very passionate about options trading. I'm very passionate about people like opening their eyes and like snapping out of that trance that they might be in right now, thinking that, oh my gosh, I have to, use a financial advisor, or I should invest in these leveraged ETFs, or I should invest in these mutual funds, or whatever that case may be. That's not the case. It breaks it down to two simple things. Sell a put on a good quality stock that you like anyway. Worst case scenario, the stock drops and you buy the shares. And then you sell a covered call and take in income again. And then sell puts and sell covered calls. So it doesn't have to be as complicated as a lot of you guys tend to make it, right? I think as humans, we sort of have like ingrained in our brain, like find that challenge and overcome it because our ego wants to feel good about that. But really, it doesn't have to be that hard. Life is not supposed to be hard when you're doing it right. When you're doing things right and you're in flow, right? things are not supposed to be difficult. And like the old adage and these old I don't know, like sayings that people say, work harder, and I don't know, all these like things that you got to work hard to get something. No, it doesn't have to be hard. It has to be smart though, right? And you have to do the right things in options. So that's my passion here. So getting back to this app, I'm a big believer that, some things should be paid for sure, because number one, people only value sometimes things that are paid, but some things also should be free, right? And so I'm kind of redesigning this app that I've already started a few months ago, that it's already live, but not open for new subscribers yet. And all of the content is going to be free. So all of the content to teach you investing, right? Like, where do I start? I'm new. I never traded stocks before. I never traded options. Like, help me. Instead of saying, hey, watch my videos on YouTube, which are kind of scattered a little bit, I have lots of really great content, like amazing content. But it's kind of like pieced in different places. This is going to streamline things, right? So it's going to be like this sort of app where it walks you through kind of learning, because it's another language sort of investing, and it walks you through all these pieces. So that part is going to be totally free. And then I have an AI tutor that will be like a paid upgrade, but it's super inexpensive, $12 a month. $79 a year if you want to pay annually. And it's an opportunity for you to say, like, hey, I don't know, somebody texted me the other day and asked about like ETFs or something, like, where do I see this, or how do I find this, or how do I understand this? It's going to be an AI portion, but the content is going to be free. So look out for that. It's coming first to iOS probably in the next few days, and then after that, maybe like a week after that, Google Play. So super exciting stuff. CCAP, my friend Gary, brother, how you doing? Sailing the Caribbean because of covered calls. I'm telling you, it is like CCAP 8. Tell me, is trading, and put it in the comments here so other people see it. Is trading options literally life-changing, or is it not life-changing? Tell me in the comments. And if I have some other users, some of my mentees that I work with on a regular basis, oftentimes you guys are on this call as well. Let other people know in this chat how life-changing options trading is. And it's all about creating income, right? So I'm going to show you a couple of things. Like here's the account that we've been walking through, right? So a couple of things. Number one, and this is exciting because now I'm using margin in this account. I didn't start using margin, but I built some margin functionality in my app. So now I'm kind of like using it and testing it and that kind of thing. So it's kind of cool. A couple of things, right? First of all, we always want to focus on our realized gains. So this account that I'm walking through with you guys, now I had been only putting trades on like during this session, but I stopped doing that. But I am still showing you the account. So all the trades that I might have put on, I put on a couple of trades this morning. That's going to be in these pages that I'm showing you. But the reason I stopped doing all of those live is it takes too much time. And I was doing these sessions for like an hour. I really need to limit these sessions to like 30 minutes. Sometimes if it's super exciting, I got a lot of things going on, and we're talking about a lot of good stuff, I'm kind of like in the flow. I don't want to cut it short, so we go a little bit longer. I want to show you exactly what you want to focus on. Realized gains. This is not about, hey, I bought some stock and the stock went down, and okay, that's a paper loss. And as long as, here's the key, guys, and I want you guys to hear me loud and clear. As long as you don't have to liquidate your position, you are totally fine. In fact, so a couple things. So far, this account, since I've started, here's how much money I've made in realized gains. And realized gains are so amazing because no matter what happens to that stock after, you don't ever give that money back. How many of you guys, let me know in the chats, how many of you guys have ever traded something and made money? It's going up, but it's all on paper, right? And then before you know it, before you even anticipate it, it turns around and then you lose money. Let me know in the chat. Send up a thumb or put a comment in the chat. Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to everybody. If you've been around the block, it has happened to you. And when you lock in your realized gains from selling options, man, that's money in your pocket, brother. You never give that back to the market. So that's why we want to concentrate and focus on realized gains. And that sustains your lifestyle. That sustains CCAP for sailing in the Caribbean. High five, brother. How amazing is that? Like chilling on your boat, kicking your feet up in the sun in the Caribbean, right? And swim in the ocean and do what you want when you want. How amazing is that? You guys can all have that lifestyle. You just got to learn options and make the right choices as you go, and stick around on this channel, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm living proof. CCAP 8 is living proof. Yeah. So anyway, that's what you want to look at. Now let's look at the positions, right? And I'm going to click a couple different things. So because I'm using margin now, this is actually, let me show you on this page. Because I'm using margin, this is super important. You have to know, if you're using margin, where are you going to get a margin call? Listen, the important stuff is not about like, what's my available cash, what's my buying power, that kind of thing. Those are just like, buying power is this. Hey, can I put this trade on? That's all that is. It doesn't tell you if your positions drop 10%, are you going to have a margin call? If this ticker drops, 20%, is that going to trigger a margin call? The reason why that's important is because a margin call makes you have to sell something or liquidate a position and take a realized loss. Turn that paper loss into a realized loss. And man, when losses hit your pocket, they're harder to get back from. It's really easy to make money and harder not to lose it. So you want to minimize that as much as possible. This app shows you how to do it. Like, there is nothing in the industry that shows you where you're going to have a margin call. There isn't. And I test you to check me and tell me where you see that, because it's not anywhere, and I'm confident of that. I've been trading a long time, and I've been with lots of different broker dealers, and some broker dealer platforms are pretty cool, and they give you some cool stuff, but they do not give you this. And this is what makes the difference between being successful and making money, or blowing up your account and losing, a portion or perhaps all your money. So I'm using this in the app, and if you don't have the app yet, just try it out for 7 days for free. Just check it, and you can use this simulator, right? Like, okay, if my stuff goes down 20%, where's that going to put me? Am I going to have a margin call? Where's that going to put my market value? Where's each position going to be worth, right? So you can use this to be able to look at that. Now, this morning, I made a couple changes. Now, if you have the app, I'm using an aggregator called SnapTrade that aggregates, like connects your broker-dealer, which is kind of cool. You do it here in the settings, and you just like connect a brokerage. And there's lots of different broker-dealers. There aren't. Somebody asked me the other day, she emailed me about Merrill Edge. That's not on here. Some of them that are not really options kind of people are not on here. But all the big ones are Schwab, Fidelity, Robinhood, E-Trade, Interactive Brokers, Vanguard, Tasty, etc. So you can do that here. Now there is, oops, sorry about that. Now your positions will automatically sync, right? So if I'm on the sync page, and I can click the sync button, all of my positions will automatically sync. Like this morning, for example, I made some adjustments. I bought an Avgo callback and locked in some gain. I bought some more Oracle shares, right? Let me show you that real quick. I already had Oracle, 100 shares that I had bought at 244. I bought some at the market this morning. I would have sold a put instead, but the broker dealer I'm using lets me use margin in this account to buy stock, but not to sell a naked put. So really, like a lot of these are like nuances that you have to learn as you go. Stick around the channel, get a mentor to help you through those little bumps along the way, because it depends on what broker dealer you're with, right? So I wasn't able to sell a naked put, meaning using margin to sell a put, but I did the next best thing, which was buy 100 shares of Oracle. I like Oracle. Oracle has a great AI story. Larry Ellison owns like 40% of the company. A lot of big funds invest in Oracle. The price of Oracle, if we look at a chart, let me pull up a chart, a 1 year chart, it's been super beaten up, right? Like it's super low because they have like some issues with debt, I'll be honest with you. So they're spending a lot because they're investing in like these data, like AI data centers and such. But long term, I think it's great. And because I already had 100 shares at $244, I bought another 100 at I don't know, I forget what I paid, 116. It's on here. 118.33, and then I sold a call against it expiring today. Then I bought the call back again, and then I sold another call for next week that I collected $330 on. So it's all about like, man, like just pick 5 tickers or something like that and just hammer those tickers and create income on those tickers as you go along. So it's an amazing thing. It's certainly life-changing. But SnapTrade will update the positions. They don't actually update your realized gain loss until the following day. So that's kind of like, man, I'm so sick of like working with like companies that have these limiting. I'm a big believer like no limits, right? Like I want to be able to like, if I want this thing, I want to get this thing, right? That's what I'm a big believer on. So right now I'm using SnapTrade, but at some point I think in the near future I'm going to build my own aggregator so I don't have those limitations. So just know that your realized gain loss, I see my realized gain loss in real time because I'm linked automatically to the broker dealer without going through the aggregator. So I can kind of see, you know, here's the Oracle trade that I did this morning. Oops, let me just go up here. I had sold it at $44, then I bought it back at $3, so I locked in a $41 gain. I bought my Avgo callback that I originally sold for $40. I bought it back for $1. A lot of times I'm not waiting for the contracts to expire because I want to take the risk off the table and I want to keep flipping my money, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing. I mean, I haven't made a lot of money in this account the past few days or the past couple weeks rather, because a lot of my positions came down and I was, you know, really concentrating on talking to you guys through like different scenarios, that kind of thing. But the worst case scenario, if your positions go down, as long as you don't have to liquidate anything, the worst case scenario is you don't make as much cash. Like you don't lose money though, unless you liquidate something for less than what you paid, or you sell your stock for less than what you paid, that kind of thing. So like the last, I don't know, 7 days I made $210, nothing to sneeze at. The last 30 days, I don't know, $398, not a lot. But since I started this account, over $5,000, almost $5,500. So it's amazing stuff, like life-changing stuff. Believe it when I tell you. So Knowledge Bites says, hey, Michelle, I just started options trading this week. Hey, congrats. That's awesome. I'm a big believer, man. Like the first step is the hardest one. Like take that first step and then it's like, you know, it's like one foot after the other after that. So Knowledge Bites, hey, Michelle, I just started options trading this week because a neighbor informed me about it. I started with $3,000 and I want to take my first trades next week. What do you recommend in terms of stocks? You could get this app and there's a stock scanner here. You can use that to find trades. I like the Earnings Edge, and that gives you the past few days I've been talking a lot about this. I'm going to make some videos and stick them on YouTube also and just refer people there. But you can go to the screener. Now, $3,000, you might be limited, so you might be better off looking at the stock screener. But let's just look at the Earnings Edge first to see like, the reason I say you might be limited is because some of these are a bit more expensive, you know, like $60 a share. Because with $3,000, you either need to do one of a couple of things. You need either a low-cost ticker, right? Or you need to use margin. So one of those. Well, here's one that's only $31 a share, CMG. Here's a $23. So there are up $13 for RKT. There are opportunities that you could look in here. And when you click on it, 1309, it shows you kind of like, here's the best trade. There's earnings coming up. Here's why we like it, because you have this edge as far as what the market anticipates that it's going to move versus what it's moved historically. Here's a suggested trade. Here's how much you make annualized. So I would say Knowledge Bites, check out my app. It's free for 7 days. So check it out, use it, see if it's helpful. And then if it's helpful, then you pay for it $129 a month. So yeah. Anyway, I hope that helps. Noodle Brain, is GLW a good stock? I was looking at that recently because a mentee of mine trades that. I don't personally like it. I don't know, like my opinion is just my opinion. I think it's important for people to just trade a handful of things. I put a video on YouTube the other day. You don't need 20 different tickers. Matter of fact, it does you a disservice if you're trading too many things. So GLW is just not one of my favorites, but hey, you got to look at it. I mean, you should subscribe to this app, and then you could pull up like, okay, well, how much money do I make? If I sell a put, what does that look like? That kind of thing. But I personally don't like it. Lorena says, hi, Michelle, keeping an eye on Bloom Energy. I like Bloom Energy, by the way, Lorena. I've been using that as an example in a lot of my stuff. Let's take a look at that together. I'm just going to look at chart and Thinkorswim here. Just to be easier. I'm going to add some functionality where I can just pull up all this stuff on the fly in my app, which is going to be a bit easier. So Bloom Energy is certainly down. They're not going to, I think their earnings is the 28th, if I'm not mistaken, so a few more days. What I do, it's got super high volatility. Let's look at the volatility. 184, if I look at like a 180, look at 247% implied volatility. Super, super high, meaning the premium is really high. So if it were me, I would go, like if I'm selling a put, just go way lower than, like you can pull it up here as an example in the trade builder, BE, and fetch the data. And then let's look at like July 31st. And we can look at it by delta. I always look at the strikes by delta because that's the statistical likelihood it's going to go down. The premium's really freaking high. Like I can sell a 135. So Bloom Energy right now is trading at, where's the price of it? 184. And I can sell a 135 super far away from where it's trading. It would have to drop another 27% to get assigned, and it's paying $5. $500 gets dropped into your account. Now, what I think of when I see this number, oh my gosh, 193%, let me take my foot off the gas a little bit. That's how I look at it. And let me go like a little bit even more conservative. Maybe I do a $105 put, super far away from where it's trading. It's still paying $100, $106. Man, I'm annualizing my rate of return 52%. And then if I have to buy the stock, I sell a covered call against it right afterward. Now, I'm not telling you, hey, I recommend this or hey, I recommend that. I'm just here just talking through different tickers. Maybe you like Bloom Energy, maybe you don't. Maybe you like GLW instead. But these are the processes that we use in order to evaluate kind of like, okay, well, I like this or let me look at this or I don't like that. So Lorena says, keeping an eye on Bloom Energy and locked in gains by closing positions. Bravo, sister. I love to hear that. There's nothing ever wrong with closing your position and capturing that realized gain. Well done. This morning and giving back $5 and keeping over 500 for the week. Thank you for your help. Lorena, I think you're an app subscriber, so I love it. I love seeing that, and I love hearing those stories of success. Like, how cool is that to lock in $500? And we do that, we buy our positions back because, listen, even though like right now, it's almost 1 o'clock Eastern, right? So the market's going to close soon, but we want to take the risk off the table. There's nothing wrong with buying your contract back for $1, $5, something like that. Okay, give the market back its $5 and lock in that 500 and then start a new contract after. So good job, Lorena. And thank you for letting me know. Like, I love hearing these stories. First of all, I like hearing them, number one, and also like in a very positive way. You're doing everybody else such a great service by sharing your experience with other people who are on this live stream. Now, we only have a few people on the live stream right now, but I know a lot of people watch it after it's live, so they're going to see that, especially newer traders. So thank you for sharing, Lorena. ET Phone Home says, greed killed me. Listen, when I first started trading, 1997, commodity futures and options, my broker at the time, this was before computers, before all that. I used to get like the Investor Business Daily newspaper to figure out what I'm doing, buy books at Borders bookstore, old school, right? But the broker that I worked with at the time said pigs get slaughtered in the market. So don't be a pig. Don't be greedy. There's lots of money to be made without being greedy. It's interesting. Most of my community is always great. Like I would say 99%. You guys are the bomb. Fantastic. And sometimes I get these like goofy comments on YouTube. Like somebody left a goofy comment yesterday about like you should buy options instead of sell them because you make more money. Maybe you can make more money, but the likelihood of doing that is so small. Like if you're buying options, man, that's for suckers. The big boys, the smart people, the billionaires, they're not buying options. Maybe sometimes they do to kind of exponentially like, boost their returns. But for the most part, when they're trading options, they are selling options. I promise you, that is what they do. So if you want to do something, if you want to get something that other people have, you study what other people are doing, right? Like if I'll give you an example. I want to get fit and I want to go to the gym, right? I'm not going to like hire a trainer who's like 50 or 100 pounds overweight to help me become fit, because they're just like, I don't know, they're not fit themselves, right? So if you want to get what other people have, you study who they are. Like the best thing to do is model after the billionaires. Billionaires are trading options like I'm showing you on this channel. I mean, obviously they do it in a much bigger capacity, right? Because they have lots more money, but the strategies are the same. Like Warren Buffett, like back in 2008, like, when the market crashed, right? He sold long dated puts because he knew like long-term it was going up, and he made like $4.9 billion. Now, I'm not saying you're going to make $4.9 billion, but you can do the same strategies, and based on what capital you're starting with, you can make a nice stream of income. And yeah, so don't be greedy. ET phone home. Knowledge Bites says, thank you, love the content, and it's very helpful. I appreciate the feedback. Michael Corey, again, great work. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you. You too. Courtney Williams, what do you think about NVDL? NVDL is a leveraged ETF, right? I think so. I think that's like the 2x NVIDIA, right? And by the way, somebody else... This is so funny. I say NVIDIA. I say NVIDIA, not NVIDIA or whatever. This is not a grammar fucking course. I'm not teaching you grammar. I'm saying the way that I feel comfortable saying things. I'm teaching you options. Somebody wrote some sassy ass remark on my Instagram or TikTok. I forget. I don't use a lot of that stuff, but I put shorts on there sometimes about me saying it wrong. I just say NVIDIA. So I know that's probably not the proper way to say it, but ask me if I care, because I don't. Let's see. NVDL is the 2x NVIDIA ticker. Man, these leverage ETFs are going to blow up. I don't like leverage stuff. I mean, sometimes I trade them. I have like this TSLL right now in my account, but they're garbage things. They're garbage. A couple of things. Watch the video I did a couple of days ago on leveraged ETFs. I'm going to do a new one upcoming, and I'm also going to create something in this app on... I'm going to tell you about it now. I haven't started building it yet because it's going to be a big build, but I'm going to share with you, and it's related to these leveraged ETFs. So here's how leveraged ETFs work. They have like a whole bunch of swaps, right, with what we call counterparty banks. So they say like Bank of America and I don't know, Citigroup and all these different banks. Now, first of all, I looked at, somebody asked me on my YouTube yesterday, and I looked it up. I forget it. I was TQQQ. So I looked up TQQQ, which is the biggest leverage ETFs there is. So it's like the ultra 2x technology, right? And when I started like digging and like open the hood, like there's so many things that you don't see. So first of all, they work with like 10 different counterparty banks that like promise, I'm going to pay you X dollars. They have these agreements. So number one, they're not transparent to the investor. Like you don't know exactly what those agreements say. You don't know what the terms of those are, what kind of like rates that they're paying. What happens if that bank goes insolvent? Number one, you can't see it. So listen, if you're trading and you got like half a blindfold on, right? Do you want to trade like that? Number one. So that's the first thing that you should be concerned with. Number two, like 9 out of 10 of those banks that TQQ, has swaps with, either almost went default, took TARP money back in 2008. They were like very insolvent, like not they were not structurally sound, right? Now, what happens if these ETFs have these contracts with these banks and they go insolvent? You lose your money. Look what happened to Lehman Brothers in 2008. Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. So any company, fund, whatever that had swap contracts with Lehman Brothers lost that money because they went bankrupt. So you have that exposure that you don't even understand. Number three, they reset every day. They're not meant to sell a put. If I get assigned the shares, then I'm going to sell a covered call. You could do it like that, but it doesn't really work that way because they reset every day. If the thing goes up 30% today and it goes down 30% tomorrow, you don't go back to even. You go to like negative 10%. So they don't work the same way. And in my view, and I'm going to say this super out loud, these are designed to like trick retail investors because they are making, when I say they, I mean Wall Street. Wall Street is making fucking billions of dollars off the, I don't know another way to say it, off the ignorance of the retail public because they're attracted to these low dollars. First of all, $60 a share instead of like 500 or whatever. How much is QQQ? I think it's like $500 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, $600. So number one, they're attracted to the low dollar. Number one. Number two, they're attracted to the yield, to the yield, to the performance, to the premium that you're getting when you sell the option. It's like a freaking mirage, and you don't even see it. Can you make money short term? Yeah, you could do anything short term, right? Like short term is like, who cares about that? Like, it's so easy to make money short term. It's not funny, but like, is it set up for a bubble? Yeah, it's set up for a bubble. Do you know, this is my view. I don't know. You're going to say I heard it here first. If this happens, or when this happens at some point in the future, when the market crashes, these are going to go to like zero, right? Like, because it's not, you would think that this is like 2 times QQQ. No, it's only like maybe 20 or 30% of regular stock underlyings, and the rest is all these swaps that you can't even see. So me personally, I think it's deceitful. If I'm being honest, I think it's deceitful to the trading public because I don't know, 99.99999% of the trading public has no idea what they're trading. You know, billionaires and successful hedge funds and things like that, they don't trade these. However, I'm gonna share with you something ahead of time. If you're not in my inner circle, you got to join that, and it's free, by the way. Because when I come out with stuff, I tell people here first. So just go here, put your email in, and what I'm going to be building soon is this. When every day these funds reset, right? So like at the end of the day, they got to either pony up money or they get money. So the fund company and their counterparty banks, they swap money one way or the other, right? They pay them or they get paid. So before that happens, there's a lot of hedge funds that kind of like what we call front run those trades. I'm going to build a lot of that stuff is mathematical, man. Like, well, now that I have AI and you have AI, everybody has AI, yeah, I can build that stuff. I don't have to be an MIT graduate. I'm smart and I can understand what I'm doing, and then I can have AI code it for me, like program it, like this, like what I'm doing here. I'm doing all this programming, right? And so anyway, I'm going to build this. Bloomberg has these kinds of functionality, Bloomberg terminals. I'm going to build that and I'm going to put it in the app. So look out for that. And whenever I put new stuff in the app, by the way, it just automatically like feeds right to the users. So you don't pay any extra fees. If you're already subscribed, your price does not change. It might change for new people, but you automatically get the updates. So that's kind of cool. Does that answer your question, Courtney? I think those leverage ETFs are kind of garbage, honestly. Garbage like wrapped up in a pretty bow. That's what they are. And you can use them for short term, perhaps get lucky, and short term they're not going to blow up probably tomorrow, but they probably will blow up in a few years, is my opinion. Joy says, Tesla tanked. Is it a good time to sell a put on it? Yeah, Tesla is a great stock. Interesting. Somebody wrote on my YouTube yesterday, I loved your channel all up until you started talking about how Elon Musk was a genius. I do think Elon Musk is a genius. This is not a political channel. Listen, I don't care about your politics. I don't care who's Democrat, who's Republican. I don't care about any of that stuff. you're not going to be a trillionaire if you're not a genius. The man is smart. And I think that things that are good for the environment, like solar and stuff like that, I think is good. So Tesla's long been my favorite thing, right? So let's look at a Tesla put. So let's look at Tesla. And it's interesting because they had their earnings and they're making money. I think they exceeded their earnings, but they did not hit their target on their profitability, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And so Tesla's one of those things where they have, it wasn't a bad story or anything. They have earnings come out. It might be like an okay story or not bad. And they went down 13%. If you like the stock at 400, you should like it at 300. Is it a great opportunity? Yeah, it's a great opportunity. Also after the stock dips a lot, you can go way more conservative and still get paid a bank. So look at a 5 delta as an example. I don't know, let's just look, that's kind of low. So I wouldn't take a trade that makes 11%. And by the way, this is why you need the app, because you want to calculate this kind of stuff to make smart decisions instead of just throwing the dart at the dartboard. Let's see, 280 strike price. Oh, why is this kind of low? I would think it's a bit more. Let me see. The market might be anticipating an increase. First of all, if we look at a chart, look at this gap. That gap's going to fill for sure. Let's look at, here's an example. You could do this a lot of different ways. Tesla is trading at 310 as an example, right? I don't know. Let's just look at and say, okay, I like the stock and I think 310 is more than fair. Let's look at a $300 put. I don't want to pay sticker. I want to get it a little cheaper, and I'm paid $470 to make the trade. And if I got to buy the stock, then I sell a covered call against it. Yeah, is it a good time? Yeah, it's a good time. Joy, does cost basis lower if you get assigned and sell more puts on leverage ETFs? Yeah, so that's a good question. So here's how cost basis works. And I know it can be confusing, and that's why this AI in this Academy app is going to be so advantageous, because it's going to give users and viewers and things like that an opportunity to ask AI and then get the answer on the fly. It's going to be like an on-demand tutor, basically. It's so amazing. It's freaking off the hook. I'm so excited about the stuff I'm building, man. It's so exciting. It's exciting when you can do stuff that you're passionate about, number one, change people's lives for the better, number two, and make money off of it, number three. It's like I hit the trifecta, right? Life is beautiful. But here's how cost basis works, and I know it's confusing. So when you sell a put, regardless of whether it's Tesla or NVDLs, leverage ETFs, or a regular ETF like SPY, anything, whenever you sell a put, if you get assigned those shares, the premium that you got paid for the put reduces your cost basis, right? So that's number one. And I would probably maybe some of these things are hard to remember, maybe write that down and stick it on the refrigerator or on the window mirror in the bathroom or something like that. So when you sell a put, I'm going to say it again because it can be confusing. When you sell a put on anything, doesn't matter what it is, stock, ETF, leverage ETF, whatever, when you sell a put and you get assigned, so if the stock dips below your strike price and you buy those shares, the cost basis will be adjusted based on the premium. And different broker-dealers do it differently. So Schwab, for example, will show you the adjusted cost basis on Tuesday, not Monday. So let's say today I sell a put on Tesla and then I get assigned today. I'm going to see the 100 shares show up in my account right away, Saturday generally. And then it's going to have a basis of whatever your strike price was. If I sold a 300 put, as an example, it's going to show me that I own 300 shares or 100 shares at $300. Then on Tuesday, you're going to see, instead of your cost basis saying 300, it's going to say, in this case, as an example, let's say I sell this $300 put, and I got paid $470, right? You guys see that, 4.7? Then on Tuesday, I'm going to see the shares have a cost basis of $295.30. So that's number one, right? Number two, a follow-up question or follow-up thing to that is this. For covered calls, when you sell calls, your basis does not get adjusted. So the only time, actually there's 2 times your cost basis gets adjusted. So the only time your cost basis gets adjusted, how much you paid for that thing, is number 1, if you sell a put and those shares get assigned, it reduces by the premium that you got paid when you sold the put. Or 2, if you have a wash sale, then that also adjusts your cost basis. I'm not going to go too much in depth in wash sales. They're a pain in the neck. I would just say avoid wash sales. Like don't participate in them. And what avoids a wash sale is if you buy, you can't rebuy the same ticker for 30 days if you took a loss on it, right? So and that really becomes applicable like when you have multiple lots, like 200 shares, that kind of thing. Like for example, I'm going to show you an example. In my test account here, I have 200 shares of Oracle, right? So I have 100 shares that I bought at 118, and I have 100 shares that I bought at 244. Now I also sold this 119 call. Now if this gets assigned, I'm going to tag this call to these shares here, these shares that I bought at 118. That way I don't incur a loss. I paid 118.33 for the shares. I sell them at 119. You have to do that manually. You have to like tell your broker dealer to do it, or sometimes depending on your broker dealer, you could do something online to indicate which lot you want to tag that to. If, for example, I didn't do that and it got tagged to these higher basis, 244, that's going to incur a wash sale and your basis is going to be adjusted. It's super messy. So don't do that. I would say just stay away from wash sales. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Knowledge Bites says, when preparing for a new week, do you do all your stock analysis on Sunday, and what time on Monday do you take the trade for the week? I need to have a frequently asked question thing, because so many people say, what time of the day do you put your trade in? Like, that's so common. I just put trades in whenever it fits my lifestyle. Now that said, I haven't been trading recently. So I'm hyper-focused 100% on building my app. I mean, it's built already, but like adding new functionality and things like that, and doing things like this, the Learning Academy that we talked about. And see, I'm learning these prompts as I'm even talking to you. And there's a handful of people that I teach on a one-on-one basis, and I do cool stuff. I hang out with friends. I spend time with my kids. I go swimming in the sunshine at the pool. I go to the beach. So that said, I'm not trading at the moment right now because I'm doing other things. But when I do, it doesn't matter. Like I want to trade to live, not live to trade, right? So I don't like set my alarm clock or do anything at all at a certain time, except like I go to the gym at a certain time every day. But for trading, I just do it when it fits my lifestyle. It depends on what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. Listen, this is not about like perfection or I want to optimize my income. This is about like if you're like Lorena said, like, hey, I sold this contract and then I bought it back and I locked in this gain. If you're locking in gains over and over and over again, you will make money and you'll be good with that. And you will make probably 30, 40, 50% annualized. And if you use margin, you can make 100% annualized. You got to be careful, or more actually. But it doesn't matter necessarily what time. I try not to time anything. It's not really a thing. Michael Corey, do you have anchor stocks that are steady and pay every week about 3 or 4%? Well, if you're getting paid 3 or 4%, you're making like 200% per year. Options are great, but it's not magic, and it's not like, you always have to be conscious of risk versus return. You could make 200% trading options, but you're going to have to use margin to do that. Or you're going to have to take like high risk on certain positions. So there's not like, I usually talk about conservative things because it's about the long term. It's not about let me make money this week. It's about let me make money for the whole rest of my life and not lose money. So you always want to be risk conscious first. And 4% per week, I mean, that's aggressive. No, I mean, some of these are going to pay 4% per week, maybe, but that's not going to be the norm. And I would say if you have like, $100,000 account, you're not going to make $200,000 in income per year. Option Queen. I love when you guys call me Option Queen. I love that. The only reason why I branded my account recently to Cressivo is just to match my business name, because that was like my corporate name. But I like that. JDB says Option Queen's teaching style is second to none, and her app is second to none. Bro, I appreciate you saying that. This app is off the hook. I'm telling you, I feel like it's a commercial when I talk about it, but it's like my baby, and it's like, man, there's like nothing better than it. You will not be disappointed. I am so glad I don't have to go through TradingView like some of those other Discord apps. I think I've looked at TradingView before. A lot of that stuff is like confusing, and I try to make everything really easy. And let me just peek at it real quick. Oh, maybe I can't peek at it. Or maybe it was something else that I was looking at before and I pulled it up. I think I did it in one of these videos and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting dizzy like looking at it. Man, the app is off the hook. So just to summarize it real quick, first of all, JDB, thank you for saying that. Appreciate that. And just to summarize it, the app like provides the full circle of trading journey, right? Find the trade. And how do you do that? With there's so many scanners out there, but not like this. There is no scanner in the freaking marketplace like this Earnings Edge that looks and not just like, okay, what stocks have earnings coming up, but let me look at the last 5 years. How many times did they go up versus how many times did they go down? How much does the market anticipate them to move? How much have they historically moved? And then the cherry on the top, okay, like here's a trade that if you sell a put, it's going to be under the expected movement, and here's how much you're going to make, and it wraps everything together like in a freaking tidy bow. It's amazing. Trade Builder, you could calculate your rates of return. You guys should never be putting trades in if you're not doing that. So many people I talk to never calculate the rate of return. Man, you're like throwing a dart, like I'm going like this, I'm hiding my eyes and I'm just shooting a dart at the wall. Like, you should not be doing that because you don't know if it's good or not. The core positions, trade journal, and realized gain loss. Connect your broker. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. If you don't want to connect your broker, you don't have to. You can just upload your CSV files if your broker dealer gives it to them. I am in the process of white labeling. I'll share some cool stuff as well. I'm in the process of, I'm going to white label a broker dealer to kind of connect all of this seamlessly. I don't like the way SnapTrade has a 1 day delay. I don't like that. I like to identify like that's a gap, that's a deficiency, and let's fix that. Like this is 2026, the world of AI. I should not have to settle. I don't believe in settling. I believe not just trading, but life in general. I believe like you want this thing, you get that thing. So I'm in the process of adding a broker dealer to do that. But right now that's how it is. You can't push the trade, execute the trade yet, but I do have that functionality coming. All of the calculators, liquidate or wait. This is so cool. And this shows up automatically if you have your position synced. And this is like, okay, I'm long 100 shares and then I'm short a covered call and then that stock skyrockets. Sometimes you should liquidate your position before waiting until it expires. This does all the math for you. Credit spreads, I personally don't trade credit spreads, but I know a lot of you guys like them. Man, without this app, you I don't want to say you can't do it, but you can't do it effectively. So it is off the hook. And the margin is like, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many accounts that I've blown up in my life, like for not quantifying margin. And now I can I can see like there's no margin call, and I can build scenarios. Somebody said something recently, oh, you could see that stuff on Thinkorswim. Fuck no, you cannot. You're mistaken. You absolutely cannot. You're 100% mistaken. Thinkorswim, you can do price slices and you can kind of get an idea of like, do I have enough money to, sell this position or something, but you cannot like, okay, what if this ticker goes down 10%? What if that ticker goes down 20%? Where am I going to get a margin call? Absolutely not. You cannot see that. So it is off the hook. Oh, I got some more. I don't like to end the session without hitting all the comments, so I'm just going to keep going until I finish them. The 50 plus network. I like that, 50 plus network. Man, I'm 50 plus. How old do you guys think I am? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. How old do you think I am? Man, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. I go to the gym, CrossFit gym every morning, 8:30. I feel great. And healthy mind, or healthy body, healthy mind. I do a lot of like watch what you eat, read a lot, that kind of thing. I'm 53, and I never felt better, actually. All right, 50 plus network. I feel like I get off on a tangent sometimes. I learned how to sell puts for weekly income by watching your Options Queen channel. Thank you so much, Bryn. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Oh my gosh, I love to hear that. Thank you for sharing. MS, hey, please look at Otis for trade. I'm not going to look at this today. Maybe I'll look at this on Monday because I'm running out of time. 12:49. I really want to keep to a schedule. Like really, I gotta, because I got important work to do. I gotta finish these things that I'm running here in the background, and yeah. But Monday, catch my thing Monday and ask me. Have that be one of the first ones and ask me. Or get the app and you can plug in the thing and kind of see where that's at. So hopefully that's not like hopefully you're not disappointed by that answer. I will answer that on Monday if you ask me again. Okay, so I'm going to jet now. It's 10:01. I'm going to say happy Friday. Life is beautiful. Life is whatever you make it be, right? Thank you for watching. Thanks for being a part of the community. You guys are amazing. You guys are really like amazing community members, and I'm much appreciative of that. And come back Monday. Check out my other videos. Check out the app. If you're interested in mentorship, I have a thing on my website now that kind of walks you through that. It pays for itself. It's expensive. Like its program started like $5,000, but man, that 5,000 is meant to produce like 15K plus. Especially over time. When you compound that over a lifetime. I paid for my daughter's college. She went to Suffolk University. I'm just going to end on this note. She went to Suffolk in Boston, and she did get grants and whatever. So she got some scholarship money. She got some grants, but I paid a chunk of that. I should know that number off the top of my head. I know it was 6 figures that I paid over the 4. I think she did the 5-year plan. And what did she come out with that? She has a psychology degree that she never used because she's not in that field at all, and it's worthless. It's absolutely worthless. Well, my son graduated. He graduated Beverly Hills High. We lived in Beverly Hills for a while, and when he barely graduated, by the way, super smart kid, barely graduated. He's a lot like me. And after he graduated, I said, do you want to go to college? Because I couldn't like pay for my daughter, not pay for him. It's not really fair. I try to do for the other what I do for each one, right? But he didn't want to go. And oh my gosh, that was like, I was so grateful. And so he never went to college, but he's a business guy and he owns a solar company. He's doing great, 21, doing amazing. He sucks at driving and has had a few accidents, but other than that, he's doing great. My point is this, so stay on track with me. My point is this. You pay $100,000 for college and get nothing. Like, it's absolutely worthless. My one-on-one mentorship program, $5,000. It depends on, different programs are different. Sometimes, I don't know. One guy I taught like not long ago, I think he paid me $23,000, right? But his 23, he made over 50 like this. Like, and I'm not saying there's no guarantee, right? Because like obviously the stock market, there's no guarantee, but it's intended to pay in multiples, and not that you're gonna get like, hey, buy this ticker or trade this ticker, but I'm gonna teach you a skill. And how to be independent so you can have that skill for the whole rest of your life. So if that's of interest to you, walk through it on my website. I used to say send me an email, but I got too many emails and I got too much work to do. Walk through it here, right? One-on-one mentorship. And it's not right for everybody. But man, like if you want to be serious and make some coin, and generally it's best for people that have like $100,000, because if you have $100,000, the $5,000 is like a no-brainer, or 10, whatever it is, no-brainer. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna jet now. 12:53. Thank you for watching. Come back on Monday. Reach out. If you're an app subscriber, if you want to see other cool stuff, let me know and I'll build it. And yeah, happy trading. Have a great weekend. See you guys Monday. Bye-bye.